Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to another exciting episode of the Outhouse podcast. I am one of your hosts, Avery Fair, joined by my counterpart over on the Bay Area. Teddy Kosick, what is going on?
Hey, buddy. Hey, friend. How's it going?
I like that enthusiasm.
I was gonna say something about being on the Bay Area instead of in the Bay Area, but I decided not to. So I'll just let that slide, you know.
All right. Well, I hate you. Anyway, once again, this is the Outhouse, where all of our opinions are shit. This is episode 13. I need to try and remember to say the numerical values now.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Episode 69. Mm-hmm.
He said the up and up.
Mm-hmm. We are the up and up.
So today we're talking about delays, and more delays.
Whammy.
Possibly another Sony exclusive appearing on PC. And we're bringing back the Rapid Roundup for a slew of just little tidbits here.
Ooh,
Quick
I
comment.
like some tidbits. I
Yeah?
like some
You
good
like those?
tidbits. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There you go. Well, let's jump right into it. So over the past, 5 days it's been, right? Over the last,
Another one.
Week, we've
Yeah.
seen 5 pretty large video games pushed back. Biggest one, we can start with CD Projekt Red has delayed Cyberpunk 2077. It was originally scheduled to come out in April and now got pushed all the way down to September 17th.
Yeah.
I think we kind of had an inkling that it could get delayed just with, the massive, vision behind it.
Yeah.
And so not really surprising. It's unfortunate, sure, that we won't be able to play it, but hey, it comes out my birthday month, so there I go.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, I don't know if I'm particularly shocked. I guess it makes sense for it to be closer to next gen, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, because it's always going to be a next gen title too. You know, of course
Mm-hmm.
it'll be optimized and everything for the new consoles, but it's a bit of a bummer because now it just puts another big, huge open world RPG game into the fall where there's already we know about 3 or 4 of them at least already. Yeah. And so it would have been nice to get this one kind of out of the way in the spring and just have time to play it. Whereas now the fall is going to be a struggle. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I hear you. But like you said, on the flip side, it's going to free up our spring.
Absolutely.
We'll have some
very free
backlog games there.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking about freeing up the spring, another big delay was Square Enix deciding to push. It's not as drastic as Cyberpunk, but it's delayed Final Fantasy VII Remake from March 3rd to April 10th.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to go in there and polish it up some more.
Mm-hmm.
I get it, and we've been waiting for this for God knows how long, 10, 12 years, ever since that tech demo came out. What was it, to showcase the PS3?
Maybe. Yeah, it's been a while.
So it's been quite a bit. So
yeah,
it's cool. I mean, it's only another month. So, again,
it's interesting. It must I don't know. The delay of the month's weird. I was reading an article about it, I think, because Square Enix has a similar fiscal year to Ubisoft's where it ends in March. So for investors, they're basically taking their biggest thing of the year and just pushing it out into next year. So basically this year is going to underperform versus expectations and everything, which is a little odd to me, considering they're only pushing it 1 month. Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe they really need that month for that extra polish, but I just wonder, what can you actually change in 1 month in terms of polishing a game and stuff? It's not that much time. At least it doesn't seem like it to me. Yeah. I don't really know. So, I mean, yeah, that's cool. It's not that big of a delay, so not that big of a deal, I don't think.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Then, sticking with some of these spring delays.
Another one.
What was that?
Another one.
I'm done.
Again.
Developer Camouflage, I think that's how you pronounce them, delays Iron Man VR. It was scheduled for February 28th, got pushed back to May 15th. That's going to be exclusive on the PSVR.
Yep.
Which is something that you and I both don't have.
Correct. Probably won't get one, to be honest. So
that's true. So we probably won't be playing that. But again, another one bites the dust.
Yep. That's is what it is. But I think they seem like a smallish studio. I mean, I don't know that much about them, so I assume so. So for them, I'm sure the more time goes quite a long way.
Yeah. Another big one, Crystal Dynamics delayed Marvel's Avengers, originally scheduled for May 15th,
Yeah.
pushed it back to September 4th.
Yep.
Me, I'm, again, birthday month, I'm going to be celebrating with those two games.
Mhm.
It's unfortunate for Avengers, though, that's going to come out 13 days before Cyberpunk. So.
Yeah. This one does not surprise me because I didn't think it looked very good at E3. To be
Yeah,
honest.
that's right. You tested it over on E3 last year, right?
Yeah, they didn't let anybody play it, but boy, that playthrough with like the one guy playing it in the room looked pretty rough.
Really?
So this doesn't surprise me. Again, I don't know. It's a bummer it gets delayed. I think this one might, honestly. I think, one, it gets some time to polish more, but I think, two, it's Square Enix is publishing it. So I doubt that they wanted both. Once they decided to delay Final Fantasy, I bet you they probably had to like move this to make space for Final Fantasy, I guess, if that makes sense. So, I don't know. This one doesn't surprise me. Maybe they'll change the character models now, a little bit.
I
Maybe.
doubt it.
I doubt it too. And I think they've already said they won't, but, a guy can hope.
It's true. And then finally, this news came out earlier today. Techland announced the delay of Dying Light 2. It was scheduled to release sometime this spring. It never had a firm release date, so I think it made it a bit more easy to pull the plug on it and push it down later down the line. They didn't say when it's going to be released, so kind of giving themselves a bit more wiggle room with that.
Did it have a year or anything, or just no date? Did it have a year or anything, or just no date?
It just said it's delayed.
Oh, bummer.
So, we'll see. I mean,
Yeah.
I never played the first one. I did a quick search for Metacritic. It has a 74 on PS4. So
It's not bad.
yeah, came out in January 2015.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
I'm not really familiar with it. But
Maybe it's just a next gen game now. I don't know.
yeah. So sticking on this topic of delays, if you guys managed to read Jason Schreier's article on Kotaku, he kind of did another background, I guess, what was it, like a research little article about the dynamics of crunch time. And, I think the common, fan of games would think, okay, a delay is fine. It's going to allow developers additional time so they won't be, again, crunching under long hours in order to get a game out before it's, finished.
Yep.
However, Jason reporting says that, basically we're kind of a little bit naive when it comes to that there are developers that still have to utilize the crunch time and kind of quote unquote force people to, work longer hours in order to get games at the optimal status before they release, even if they are delayed.
Yeah.
And one example is with Cyberpunk 2077 with CJ Projekt Red. When asked about the crunch, the co-CEO, Adam Kaczynski, he said, to some degree, yes, to be honest, we try to limit crunch as much as possible, but it is in the final stage. We try to be reasonable in this regard, but yes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So that kind of just confirms that even though Cyberpunk is being delayed, what is it? What is that? 6 months?
5 months. Yeah.
5 months. Even with 5 months extra time, they're still going to be doing a lot of overtime. So that sucks.
I assume that team's already been crunching probably for 3 to 6 months already at this point. If the game was supposed to come, probably 3 months. If they start crunching a half year before the game comes out, so that means by the end of the day, it's going to be 2/3 or 3/4 of a year of crunch.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's unfortunate. I guess that makes sense. Like, it's not like if you delay it, you're going to go from crunch to like everybody working normal hours again. Right. I suppose because you delayed the game for a reason because it needed some help. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think this studio in particular, CD Projekt's been known for a lot of crunch in the past, if I remember reading the articles right. So I guess it shouldn't be that surprising. I think another one, like who makes Naughty Dog? I think they're known for crunch too on games like The Last of Us and stuff like that. And that one got delayed earlier, a few months ago for a month or two. So I'm sure it's kind of the same thing at some of these big, huge studios making these super AAA games where it's just crunch is going to get expanded, I guess, which is a bummer.
Yeah. And, God, what was it? I just had a thought in my mind. Oh, I have seen I think an idea floating around. Someone had said, what if developers? I mean, it won't happen, obviously, but they were saying that developers shouldn't have these, release dates because half the time they're not even hitting them.
Yeah.
But again, that goes against the marketing, so you kind of need that in place. But
yeah, I wonder if some of it comes from I feel like everybody announces games so early. It's
that too.
Games are being announced 2 or 3 years before it comes out, right? And the first time it's oh, it comes out this year. The second time it's oh, it comes out this season. And the third time, still 2 years before the game's here's the release date. And it just moves and moves and moves. It's why not just wait to announce the game? I don't know.
Yeah. What do we know?
What do we know? We're not marketing people, so who knows?
Oh, well, something that might help market PC gamers. How's that segue? Was it good?
Yeah, it was all right. I'm not mad at it.
All right. Rumor has it. Is this still rumor or was it confirmed? I don't recall. I know Horizon Zero Dawn is possibly coming to PC. So Sony exclusive that's on the PS4, one of the biggest titles on the console, maybe making its way onto your PC.
It's a Jason Schreier Kotaku rumor.
Okay.
But with him, I don't know if it's really a rumor.
Well, per Jason, you can take that as what you will. It's rumored that Horizon Zero Dawn will eventually make its way onto PC.
Yep.
And that's pretty big because, again, that's a full-fledged PS4 exclusive.
Yep.
But if you look at the fact that Death Stranding is going to eventually be on PC later this year, right?
Yep, I think so. It's already pre-ordering on Steam for a 2020 release, summer 2020.
Okay. So Death Stranding's already on its way to PC, so not really surprising given with that game that you may start seeing other trickles of Sony games finding its way onto, whether it's Steam or I don't know if they would work with Epic Games, but most likely Steam.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I think the more people that can play, that's a pretty solid PS4 exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I'm concerned, the more people that can play it, the better. And I think that game would look amazing on PC as long as it's ported well. It's interesting to me because I was just looking at Death Stranding while you're talking. So it's on Steam, being published not by Sony but by 505 Games as the publisher. So I wonder who's going to publish Horizon when it comes to PC. And I feel like if Sony starts publishing their games on PC, it means more will come more quickly versus random publishers publishing all these games. So I don't know. I'm curious because I feel like if the first one where it's Sony's publishing it, I think we can expect that means, all the exclusives to just start trickling in pretty quickly.
Yeah.
That would be my guess, but I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I remember when I texted you about it and you're like, so no PS5?
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's a little preemptive, but I think we both agreed, maybe a year after all the exclusives come out now, they make their way to PC, something like that?
That's what I would think. I mean, especially with a lot of these games where they have deals for, exclusive content that doesn't get unlocked anywhere else for a year. I think, I don't know if it was Call of Duty, but there was something that was...
COD.
Was COD, right? Okay.
Yeah.
That was locked for a year. So I can envision something like that. So, but again... It's pretty cool.
Need a reason to sell PS5 still, I guess, huh?
Absolutely.
Although it would have been nice if we didn't have to buy a PlayStation, just straight PC. But
well, we don't need an Xbox, so.
True. We're slowly dwindling down the hardware investment. Yep. That's cool though. I'm excited for that. I don't know if I'll play it again on PC, to be honest. I probably won't replay any of these exclusives on PC. And to be fair, if they come to PlayStation a year, the launch date is a year before on PlayStation versus PC, I'll still play them all on PlayStation.
Yeah.
But I guess the flexibility is cool.
That's true. Got a good point.
Yeah.
All right, well, those are the
two. The only other thing, did we mention last week about Sony's E3 plans? I think that broke right after we recorded, the day after.
Right.
Yeah. Because I think we missed it, but PlayStation, on Monday, a week ago today, I think?
I think
maybe?
so.
Announced that they're skipping E3 again. Because I can't remember the exact quote, something about their quote-unquote vision doesn't match with ESA's vision for E3 2020. Yeah. And that instead they'll go to hundreds and hundreds of consumer shows or something like that to show off the new PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I mean, as someone who was trying real hard to go to E3 this year for the first time, that is unfortunate that, the biggest, public company there won't be there. And so, but I understand. I mean, they weren't there last year either. So I think a lot of people thought last year they skipped because they didn't really have a whole lot to show. And so now it's pretty evident that those reasons run a bit deeper. But I expect that we'll probably get a PS5 announcement like officially within the next month and a half. And then from there, I mean, I think Sony not being there is still going to play a part in the news cycle and still going to somewhat dominate like headlines, especially like when you start comparing with what Microsoft is going to do, because they're going to try and really fire all everything they got at E3.
Yep, totally.
And so seeing what they do is going to then cause people to look and see, oh, with Sony not being there, Microsoft took advantage of it, or Sony not being there and Sony's still kind of in the lead.
Yeah. No, it's interesting. I guess it's hard to like go back to something when a year before you tell them, never mind, we don't need you. So I get it.
Plus, I mean, they got their own state of plays too.
They
they're
do.
Cranking out.
I almost wonder though if they don't like fully have their plan like fleshed out for how they're doing the whole PS5 announce and rollout and everything. I mean, I'm sure it's pretty well defined, but I don't know. It feels weird that it's maybe not, because I don't know what they did with PS4 exactly. It seems like kind of close for them to not really be saying anything at all, right?
For PS4, I remember like the actual thing that happened, but I don't know when it was like announced, like when the announcement happened of when they were going to announce it. But I just remember it was like in February of 2014, and it was just like a little private show in, I think, New York, and they kind of just showed it off, said the price, and laid out some specs, I think, and then that was about it.
Huh. Yeah, interesting. I wonder if they do like a direct style thing, like you said, during like E3 week, and they don't say they're at E3, but it's like Nintendo, where they're not like doing their show at. I mean, Nintendo's at E3 with a booth, so that doesn't really count. But they don't do their show at E3, right? It's just a direct. So maybe PlayStation will do the same thing. So they're part of the E3 week still, kind of.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll see. I mean, shoot, I'm sure it's not cheap to buy a big freaking booth space at E3 like they normally do. So they're saving money there, I guess. More money for marketing or for whatever.
Yeah.
So
because Sony needs to save that money.
Do they though? I mean, bring those games to PC faster. That's what they can use that money for, you know?
I hear ya. Well, buddy, that we're done with the main topics. How about we get into this rapid roundup?
Hit me. What do we got?
Can you see what's on my screen?
I can.
Can the camera see? No, they can't.
Nope, they can't. It's magic.
I don't need that one.
Horizon Zero Dawn coming to PC? Oh, sorry.
Damon from IGN, he had sent out the MPD for the top 10 best-selling games of the 2010s. Number 10, Minecraft. Number 9, Black Ops 4. Number 8, Call of Duty World War II. Number 7, Red Dead Redemption 2. 6, Call of Duty Ghosts. Number 5, Black Ops 3. Number 4, Modern Warfare 3. Number 3, Black Ops 2. Number 2, Call of Duty Black Ops. And number 1, not surprising, GTA 5. What do you think about those?
Yeah, that's about right.
This is incredible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Call of Duty games.
It is what it is, right? I think that's why you see some publishers probably saying that single-player games are dead, and that they're not, don't get me wrong, but when you look at the list, and literally every single game on the list, other than Red Dead has an online one, but literally every other game is based in multiplayer for the most part now. I mean, GTA when it came out, not, but now it just survives from GTA Online, and it's nuts. But COD's incredible. Like it's a thing every year, every single year, like clockwork.
Moving on down the list, Left 4 Dead 3 is absolutely not currently in the works, according to Valve. This is from Matt Kim on IGN. It said if there was a Left 4 Dead 3, it has been in development at Valve for years. In a statement to IGN, Valve has denied any development on a new Left 4 Dead title. They said we've seen rumors to this effect for the last couple months. We did briefly explore some Left 4 Dead next-gen opportunities a few years ago, but we are absolutely not working on anything Left 4 Dead related now. You never played Left 4 Dead, huh?
I didn't, so this doesn't really hurt me that hard. But
I didn't
bummer.
either, but still interesting.
Yep.
I know you're pretty excited to go see that Doolittle movie, right?
Iron Man?
Apparently
Sherlock Holmes?
Didn't do very well.
Yeah.
The box office it just bombed. What was the box office? It was Doolittle box office. Let's see. Oh, not Dr. Doolittle.
Is it just called Doolittle?
Yes.
Straight up Doolittle?
I don't know. I can't see it. Movie cost. Oh, it only got $29.5 million.
Is it from opening weekend?
Yeah.
How much did a movie cost? $175 million.
$175 million.
So that's a loss. Who's this? Is this a Disney movie?
Universal.
Yikes. I mean, comes to show, I guess, even with a guy like Robert Downey Jr., if the movie's bad, the movie's bad, right?
Right. And on the flip side, Bad Boys for Life, they had a box office of, I actually checked this morning, it was like $68 million.
Yeah, so that was pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's the second highest grossing January movie ever. And because of that, we got Bad Boys 4 in development.
Nice.
So
that's cool.
It took 17 years to get from Bad Boys 2 to 3.
Yeah.
So hopefully it takes less time to get from 3 to 4.
Yeah, that's cool. I think Bad Boys for Life is one of those I probably won't see in the theater, but I'll watch it when it comes to a streaming service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you. Disney is finally they unveiled their rebranding of 20th Century Fox Studios after they bought them out. They're just simply dropping the Fox name. They'll rebrand it as 20th Century Studios. So pretty simple, so it won't confuse anybody, I guess. What do you think about that?
Aren't they calling it Searchlight or something? Searchlight Studios now?
Yeah, so it'll also be known as 20th Century Studios, while Fox Searchlight Pictures will be Searchlight Pictures.
Searchlight Pictures.
Two things.
Whoop-de-doo. You do you.
Great. You never saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
No, but it is on my list to watch. I think about it quite a lot, so I'm going to do it one of these weeks. I literally probably for the last 2 weeks have thought every single day, I should watch that, and I just haven't done it.
Well, Quentin Tarantino has come out and said that he's going to write and direct a spin-off TV series. It was called Bounty Law, and it was in the film because you know how Leonardo DiCaprio in the film, he's an actor. Yep. And so one of the shows that he does is Bounty Law in the movie. So apparently Quentin Tarantino is going to make, I believe, like 5-6 episodes based on that show. Cool. So pretty interesting. Not sure if
like Leo gonna be in it
or not, but
okay. Yeah, that's cool. I do still want to watch that movie though, so I need to do that.
I already did this one. Do you ever watch Better Call Saul?
I have not, but I know a lot of people like that.
Did you watch Breaking Bad?
Pass.
And he made fun of me for not watching Top fucking Gun.
Yep, absolutely. You've had 30 years to watch that movie. Better Call
Saul renewed for 6th and final season by AMC. I don't watch Better Call Saul, but I watch Breaking Bad at least. So there's that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I like this just because I don't like shows going on for too long than what they kind of should be. And Breaking Bad was like that perfect, 6 seasons as well, I think. And so Better Call Saul, sounds about right.
Is Walking Dead, I don't know why, this reminds me of The Walking Dead. Is Walking Dead one of those shows which has gone on for too long? Like, yes. It is, okay. That's what I thought I had heard, so interesting.
Here's some somber news. Christopher Tolkien, son of the Lord of the Rings author, J.R.R. Tolkien, has died, passed away at the age of 95.
Yeah, that's a bummer. I think, because I don't know if I read this article exactly, but another article where he actually compiled a lot of his dad's work and, like, published it.
Yeah,
so things like Silmarillion and Lord of the Rings and such wouldn't necessarily be out there into the the broader public unless he had worked on it.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because I never knew he did that or never even heard of him, to be honest, until he just passed away, which is unfortunate. But
yeah,
looks like he had quite a life.
My brother is actually in some Lord of the Rings Tolkien class at ASU.
Because of course, yeah, nice.
Yeah. So he's probably having a field day. He sent me a picture of he bought the Lord of the Rings books, I think. So he's going to be reading those.
That's cool.
Moving on to another big time brand. Star Wars possibly reaching out to Taika Waititi for a new movie.
Cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. He directed the one of the episodes of Mandalorian.
Yeah, episode 8.
Episode 8, where what was that robot's name?
IG-11
or some shit.
Yep.
Yeah, when he's going ham at the end. So obviously, Taika Waititi is best known for Ragnarok, and he had the was it Jojo Rabbit?
Mm-hmm. That came out this year. Yep.
Yeah, so that'd be pretty cool. And obviously with Kevin Feige, taking control of a lot of the Star Wars stuff, that it only makes sense that he may reach out to a guy that he's familiar with.
Do you know if this is for one of the trilogies or a spin-off movie? Does it say anything, or just they're reaching out to him about Star Wars in general? Directing new Star Wars movie.
It's unclear.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super down because episode 8 of Mandalorian was lit.
Yeah.
And I like Thor Ragnarok. It's one of my top 3 or 4 MCU movies, so absolutely, sign me up.
NBC announced its streaming service, Peacock, will launch in April 2020. So, Teddy, make sure you either get The Office on DVD or get ready to subscribe to this.
Probably just fucking
next
subscribe.
year.
Let's be honest.
Netflix.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it'll be available April 15th, but that's only for Comcast Xfinity service owners. So it won't be released for everyone until July 15th. This is according to IGN's Jesse, Sheedin?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to cost about, between $5 to $10, so right in that sweet spot.
Got it. Yeah, we'll see. Let's be honest. I don't know what's going to be on there. I saw Kevin Hart has some show already coming there, or some comedy specials or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw him announce that on Twitter or something. But other than that, and like The Office and the NBC sitcom show is going to be on the service, I don't really know what else will be there, to be honest. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Sports, I guess. Hockey.
Yeah, I guess sports, yeah. I assume it has the live channels, right? But I don't know.
And finally, what is probably the biggest news of them all, Disney is developing National Treasure 3.
Amazing.
With Chris Bremer writing the script and Jerry Bruckheimer will return to produce. How do you like that, Teddy?
That's amazing. Let's be honest. I never thought we would see this franchise ever again.
God,
and now that we are, for sure, I don't know. What do you steal? The Constitution? Like, what's left? The election results? Yeah, I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know.
We'll see what happens.
But that's pretty cool. I'm super. Is he coming back for sure?
God, I hope so.
Because if it's a different leading actor, then my hype goes from about 100 to 10%.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But
Nicolas Cage has to be there.
He has to.
And I would think the studio knows that before they say anything about it, right?
Right.
You would think they'd be. You would like to think. You would like to think.
But again, what do we know?
What do we know?
What I do know is that most of the things that we say are kind of stupid, but that's about it.
Stupid.
You got anything else?
No. That's it. Just kind of chilling.
Hit that perfect 30-minute mark.
Yeah, it's great. We have 1 minute to finish this. No, that's it. Just kind of chilling, playing games.
We've been playing.
Just hanging. We've been playing a little League. I played some Battlefront 2 still this weekend. Played some Sea of Thieves earlier this week. And, this is kind of what I feel like the next 6 months are going to look like, because I don't know what to play.
Yeah, Blanc and I have been going ham with League so far, so we're going to keep on playing that.
It's been fun hopping back in. I don't know if I'm going to, stick with it, but if I play 1 day a week or something, I'm not mad at that.
It's just, it's been a little nerve-wracking at first when you play with random people, and then, you don't really have a full understanding of kind of who you should be and where you should go, and then they're just spamming you in the fucking chat, what are you doing? Why aren't you doing this? I'm sorry, okay?
For sure.
But no, eventually we'll be pros. We're gonna get
Absolutely. Are you?
Yeah.
I have no desire to play ranked games, so I'll just mess around when people are online.
She showed me the Simpsons episode of when Homer buys Bart a gaming PC.
Yeah.
And episode's called E My Sports.
Oh, okay.
And so he in the game that he's playing with the kids, Millhouse, the fucking bully, the shy kid, and this other girl. They're playing League of Legends.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Yeah, so it's pretty funny.
That's cool.
So it's topical.
But I don't know. Like, honestly, what's the first game you're going to play that comes out? Final Fantasy still, I guess?
No, Persona 5 Royal comes out.
That's right.
March
That one didn't get delayed.
First, something like that.
Okay, great. So either way, you still have 2 whole months to kill.
Yeah, it's
until
neat.
anything.
I mean, that's it. I don't think I'm gonna, unless there's a crazy deal on that Dragon Ball Z Kakarot game. I probably won't buy it, just because I mean it just looks like a game that I would probably have fun with, but I don't know if it wouldn't fit in my financials
for $60. Yeah,
but maybe a little later. I mean, League is fun. It's free. You know.
True. It's free. Free 99.
But yeah, so
we'll see.
All right. Well, that about does it here. Find us on the social interwebs. Teddy's over on Twitter at the Teddy Cossack.
Mm-hmm.
Again, he's not streaming, so Ralph812.
Yep. You can go there if you want, but there's nothing happening.
I'm over on Twitter, coffeeblack_910. Website's coffeescorner.com. And then, I was going to tell you, I'm going to just break this to you here, is that I was thinking about possibly trying to do 2 of these. So, like, once on the weekend,
mm-hmm.
and then once on, like, Wednesday or Thursday. So that, you know how we had, like, you know, all those things to say, we can kind of split them up a little bit more. We can talk more about that later. So, just so that we don't get flooded with all sorts of stuff.
I'm not mad at that. As long as it fits in the good old schedule, you know what I mean?
All right, well, that about does it. We just went over the 30-minute mark. So, I am Avery Fair. He is Teddy Cossack, and we are out of here.
Why try to eat me? Bye.